Hey everyone, Jason from Makera here with another Carvera how-to, and in this one we're making the LED light from the Examples Guidebook. The Examples Guidebook comes with every Carvera along with a sample pack of materials that can be used to complete these projects. The design files and bits are also included with your Carvera, so making these projects are an easy and satisfying way to get started with CNC production. Now, before we get started with any of the example projects, it's important to make sure that the bits are loaded in our automatic tool changer as shown in the guidebook, which corresponds with the design files pre-installed on your Carvera. Specifically for the LED light project that we're looking at in this video, we may need tools 1 through 5 depending on the parts you choose to fabricate, but this order can be utilized for all of the example project files. First, we must load the wireless Z probe into the charging holder. The 25mm single flute bit should go into tool 1. Our 30° 0.2mm V bit should go into tool 2. The 0.8mm corn bit should go into tool 3. The 12mm single flute bit should go into tool 4. For users with the optional PCB fabrication pack, the optional solder mask removal bit can go into tool 5. And we will leave tool 6 open for the test probe, which is preloaded in the Carvera. Now, the first part of the LED light project we need to create is actually optional, and that is the printed circuit board or PCB. This is optional because in addition to coming with all the components you need to make your own PCB, the example material guide also comes with a pre-soldered and completed PCB that you can use for this project. However, if you want to fabricate your own PCB, there are 2 ways to do this. The first way is making a PCB that is not masked. We can start by securing a single-sided PCB board that is 150 by 100 by 1.5 millimeters over a cut piece of wasteboard as shown in the guidebook. And while this isn't required, we often remove the dust shoe and use the air assist nozzle whenever machining PCBs or metal. Next, launch the Carvera controller app and connect to your Carvera. We can load the file titled PCB No UV Mask from the LED folder in the examples project within the app. This file includes all the paths and steps needed to make a completed PCB. Click Config and Run and set the offset to be 15mm in the X direction and 10mm in the Y direction from anchor point 1. We also want to enable scan margin and auto Z probe, as well as auto leveling with 5 points in the X direction and 5 points in the Y direction and a clearance height of 2. So PCB boards tend to warp, which makes using auto leveling extremely useful as it will automatically calculate the differences in the Z height. You may also choose to secure your PCBs using double-sided tape, which can assist with the warp. When you're ready, click Run to start this job. The Carvera will first pick up the wireless Z probe to trace the perimeter of our part using the laser pointer. Ensure that this laser does not overlap with any screws or clamps. The Carvera will then measure the Z height across the stock to make a consistent map for machining. Running the non-masked PCB will take about 35 minutes as the Carvera switches between the V bit and corn bit to manufacture the design. It can sometimes be difficult to see what's happening, but you can view the toolpaths in the Carvera controller during machining. When this finishes, you can vacuum the part before removing it from the Carvera and cutting the tabs with the handsaw included in your materials kit. Now, alternatively, you can choose to take full advantage of the PCB fabrication pack by making a PCB with a UV solder mask as well. Again, start by securing a single-sided PCB board that is 150 by 100 by 1.5 millimeters over a cut piece of wasteboard as shown in the guidebook. Next, launch the Carvera controller app and connect to your Carvera. We can load the first file titled PCB UV Mask Part 1 from the LED folder within the examples projects. Click Config and Run and set the offset to be 15mm in the X direction and 10mm in the Y direction from anchor point 1. We want to use scan margin and auto Z probe as well as auto leveling with 5 points in the X and Y direction and a clearance height of 2. When configured, click Run. The Carvera will first pick up the wireless probe to trace the perimeter of our part using a laser pointer. Ensure that the laser does not overlap with any screws or clamps. The Carvera will then measure the Z height across the stock to make a consistent map for machining. The Carvera will machine just the paths of our PCB using the V bit, which should take about 15 minutes. After this job finishes, you can move the tool head away from the PCB by clicking Go to Clearance within the Carvera controller. Do not remove the PCB. We're going to apply a UV solder mask using the kit within the PCB fabrication pack. Wear gloves as you should not handle uncured mask with your bare hands. It's best to apply multiple thin coats of the UV mask evenly using the roller rather than a single thick coat. In between coats, use the UV curing lamp, which can be powered via the USB charging port on the side of the Carvera to cure each masked layer. Typically, 2 to 3 layers should provide an effective solder mask. Excess UV mask on the roller or clamps can be cleaned up with alcohol wipes. Once the PCB mask is fully cured, return to the Carvera controller and open the PCB UV Mask Part 2 file. We want to ensure the work origin is the same, but we do not need to use scan margin, auto Z-probe, and auto leveling as these parameters were obtained in the first job. Once configured, click Run. The second UV mask file will run for about 20 minutes. The Carvera will use the solder mask removal tool from the PCB fabrication pack to expose bare PCB under the mask where we need to solder component. The Carvera will then use the corn bit to drill the holes and cut the perimeter of our PCB. When completed, vacuum the part and remove it from the Carvera. You can then carefully cut the tabs to release the PCB board using the saw provided in your sample materials pack. You can also use a sanding block to sand the edges of your PCB as needed. We'll go through soldering the PCBs during the assembly stages in this video, but for now we need to move on to the second part, and that's the sign base. Secure a 150 by 150 by 20 millimeter ABS plastic board in the Carvera with a piece of wasteboard beneath it as shown in the guidebook. Then load the ABS base file located in the LED examples folder from within the Carvera controller app. In the config and run window, we first want to set the work origin to be 15 millimeters in the X direction and 20 millimeters in the Y direction from anchor point 1. We want to enable scan margin, auto Z-probe, and auto leveling with 5 X points and 3 Y points and a clearance height of 2. Once set, click Run to start manufacturing the base. The Carvera will first select the wireless Z-probe before running the perimeter of the part using a laser pointer. Ensure no clamps and screws obstruct this line. After measuring the Z height across the part, the Carvera will use Tool 1 to machine the pockets of our sign. As always, you can preview the toolpaths from within the Carvera controller app during machining. The Carvera will briefly switch to Tool 2 for machining some corners in the design before finishing the part with Tool 1. The base file will run for about 40 minutes. Once finished, vacuum excess material and then remove the part from the Carvera. You can then carefully use the handsaw provided in the materials pack to cut the base away from our stock. Now the next part we need for our LED sign is the display board made from acrylic. Select a 150 by 180 by 4 millimeter acrylic plate and peel the top layer of protective mask before securing it with a wasteboard underneath as shown in the guidebook. Within the Carvera controller, there are multiple acrylic display board files to choose from in the LED example folder. After selecting a file, you can preview the design before clicking Config and Run. We want to set the work origin to be 15 millimeters in the X direction and 25 millimeters in the Y direction from anchor point 1. We also want to enable scan margin, auto Z-probe, and auto leveling with 5 X points, 5 Y points, and a clearance height of 2. When configured, click Run to start this part. The Carvera will first select the wireless Z-probe before running the perimeter of a part using a laser pointer. The sign will take up most of the stock, so ensure that no clamps or screws are obstructing the scan margin line. After measuring the Z height across the part, the Carvera will begin to machine the design, which will take approximately 30 minutes depending on the design you choose. The display board will not be machined with tabs, but instead a perforated V-groove which can be carefully broken after removing the part from the Carvera. Place this groove over the corner of a table and carefully snap the display board away from the stock. And the final part that we need to manufacture before assembly is our aluminum touch switch. Start by securing aluminum stock that is 100 by 100 by 5 millimeters over a cut piece of wasteboard as shown in the guidebook. While it isn't required, we often remove the dust shoe and use the air assist nozzle whenever machining PCBs or metal. Next, launch the Carvera controller app and connect to your Carvera. Open the aluminum button file from the LED examples folder and click Config and Run. We want the work origin to be 10 millimeters in both the X and Y directions from anchor point 1. We also want to enable scan margin, auto Z-probe, and auto leveling with 3 X and 3 Y points and a clearance of 2. When set, click Run. The Carvera will first select the wireless Z-probe before running the perimeter of the part using a laser pointer. Ensure no clamps or screws are obstructing the scan margin line. After measuring the Z height across the part, the Carvera will begin to machine the switch using Tool 4, which will take approximately 20 minutes. Once finished, vacuum away excess metal shavings and remove the part from the Carvera. You can carefully cut the tabs to release the part from the stock using a handsaw. Now we can move into assembly, and the first thing we have to do is assemble our PCB by soldering the components if you choose to make your own PCB. Whenever you're soldering, you need to make sure that you're doing so in a safe environment. Always wear safety glasses to protect your eyes and make sure that you have proper ventilation whenever you're soldering. In addition to the PCB and components, you will need a soldering iron and cleaning sponge, solder, and wire cutters in order to solder your PCB together. When soldering our components, we always solder on the masked or copper side of the PCB, which is the bottom. Start by inserting the 2 ceramic capacitors as shown on the example PCB. The large capacitor will be placed on the outside edge, while the smaller one is on the inside. These capacitors are nonpolar, meaning the orientation does not matter. To solder a PCB, we want to first heat both the hole and leg of our component before adding the solder. This allows for the solder to flow between the component and the PCB board rather than just up the leg of the component. Always make sure you clean your soldering iron between soldering components to make sure that there is not excess solder built up upon your soldering connections. After soldering the capacitors, use your wire cutters to trim. Next, solder the large capacitor in the correct location on the opposite side of the board. This component is polar, so the stripes should be placed inwards. Leave some room as you insert and solder the capacitor so you can flatten it after soldering. Next, solder the transistor so that the flat side is facing inwards before trimming the leg and folding the transistor flat on top of the PCB. We can then solder the USB-C port, which should snap into place on the opposite end of our PCB. Be careful, as soldering this port will make it very hot. We then have to solder multiple resistors across the PCB, all of which are non-polar. The 100 ohm or brown, black, black, black resistors can be soldered down the center of our PCB between where the LEDs go. The 0 ohm single black stripe jumper resistor can then be soldered between the last 100 ohm resistor and the USB-C port. On the opposite side of the PCB, we want to solder our 1K ohm or brown, brown, black, black resistor next to the transistor and capacitor, while the 4.7K ohm or yellow, violet, black, brown resistor will go on the opposite side closest to the ceramic capacitors. To create the touch switch, we can use one of the legs cut off of a component. We can solder the touch switch jumper between the 2 points on the far end of the PCB opposite of the USB-C port. We can then carefully install the integrated circuit so that the notch is facing the USB-C port. Always ensure you clean the tip of your soldering iron to prevent excess solder from being built up on each soldering connection. The last component to install are the LEDs, which are polar. The long leg is the anode or positive, which should be threaded through the round holes, while the shorter legs, or cathodes, should be threaded through the square holes. After you finish soldering and trimming excess legs, you can plug the PCB into a power supply and USB-C port to test. Tap the jumper on the end of the PCB to control the brightness and illuminate the PCB board. And finally, it's time to assemble the LED lamp. You can glue the aluminum switch to the ABS base within the pocket on the one side of the base. You can then secure a soldered PCB using the 4 screws provided in the kit. Ensure the USB-C port aligns with the opening and the jumper aligns with the aluminum switch. Lastly, peel any remaining film and insert the acrylic sign on the top of your base. All that's left is to connect the sign to a power source, then tap your switch to adjust brightness and illuminate your light. So this example project really showcases the versatility of the Carvera, as we were able to manufacture so many different components out of different materials to create a real-world product from start to finish. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, and of course stay tuned for future project tutorials and guides on the Makera channel.